Steve Spurrier, national championship coach here. National Football Foundation honored him in between quarters here as he'll be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, winning as coach at Florida and at South Carolina. Steve looking pretty relaxed here today with his shorts on. Of course, the rivalry between these two schools, he was a big part of it as a coach for Florida, and he always said that Tennessee, you couldn't spell citrus ball without T. So as we start the second quarter.
It's nice of Steve to come by in between nines.
Yeah.
To do,
exactly. Good first quarter, one mistake.
Yeah, I think so. Both quarterbacks, listen, for either team to be what they want to be, that means win the East. They're going to have to run the ball, and then the quarterback will help them. Neither team can just lay it all on this guy's shoulders. It's not that type. It's too young in their careers. They cannot give up on that running attack, and neither have.
They faked the run here. Frank's rolling to his left and throwing back. Oh, would have been a great catch. It was into double coverage, but Dre Massey couldn't quite pull it in.
It's one of those plays that I think Florida is trying to dial up. It's called get it to him plays. A play where they want to get it to a certain guy, but that's the danger. I mean, those sound really good, but when you tell a quarterback that we're going to call a play to get it to that guy, they often don't read it out. They kind of listen to the coach too much.
Michael Prerod in the backfield gets the carry here. And he got two, and that's about it. Aaron Murray, former Georgia quarterback, is in the booth with us today as part of our CBS Sports family, and we were talking about that last night. Said they call a play and say, get it to that guy, and you go back, and that's all you're looking at. Right. Then you go, now what do I do?
He does the Dan Marino, Terry Bradshaw offense. Just throw it to the guy I want to. I got a great arm, but some of these guys don't have that arm, basically.
Aaron up here just checking out how we do things. He's got many more games to come.
He played in the SEC East, obviously. First time he's been here since 2008 on a recruiting trip.
Always played Florida, of course, in Jacksonville in his playing career. Look out.
Watch out.
And Franks gets just thrown down by Colton Jumper.
Yep. Well, if you turn on the tape and you're the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, Bob Shoop, and you watch Michigan blitz, and have a big effect, you got to blitz, right? You've got to challenge and find out if Florida can pitch up the blitz, because against Michigan, they didn't do it. Now, I was there Wednesday and Thursday to watch practice. They did 3 blitz periods. To be honest, I can't say they did them perfect.
It's not the way you put it when you told me. There's the kick by Townsend. Callaway runs up on it, and the fair catch taken around the 22. So just a couple of minutes into the second quarter. Tennessee defense doing their job. Offense has it when we come back.
In 2 miles, arrive at the airport for your flight. Your missed flight. Recalculating. In 15 feet, realize the destination isn't what matters.
Psoriatic arthritis tries to get in my way. Watch me.
I've tried lots of things for my joint pain. Now, watch me.
Think I'd give up showing these guys how it's done? Please.
Real people with active psoriatic arthritis are changing the way they fight it. They're moving forward with Cosentyx. It's a different kind of targeted biologic. It's proven to help people find less joint pain and clearer skin. Don't use if you are allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting Cosentyx, you should be checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms of an infection, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. If you have inflammatory bowel disease, tell your doctor if symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
With less joint pain, watch me.
For less joint pain and clearer skin, ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Boy, I wish your mom was here. Instead of over there.
Reliving the glory days isn't always rewarding, but Hotels.com is. Instant savings now, free nights later. Hotels.com.
Back at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, Steve Spurrier, Florida Field, as you saw Steve a little while ago, and brings us to our Aflac trivia question. Who are the 4 people who've been elected to the College Football Hall of Fame as a player and a coach? I guess we gave you one, Connor.
Well, let's be honest here, right? About Steve, you can't have a College Football Hall of Fame without Steve Spurrier, can you?
No, you can't. And so there won't be.
Right.
And there'll be a Florida Hall of Fame and a South Carolina Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
He won't know what to do with all the plaques and rings. That trots Quentin Dormady. The Texan, a junior, first 2 possessions. A good one before the interception and then a punt the last time out. Kelly. Boy, he had to really work for a yard. Zuniga and Kerry Clark in on the stop.
I know the big story in the opening game was who was going to be the quarterback. It was not announced. Dormady got the call, played the whole game. A lot of talk about Jared Garantano. Big recruit, did not get in. His body language. I think the mistake that was made by Butch Jones when he said, you earn your playing time in practice. I think Jared said, hey, I practiced well enough to get some snaps. How come I didn't get any snaps? The most important thing for a coach with a quarterback in this situation is tell him the truth. Tell him how it's going to be handled in the game.
2nd and 9. Dormady get rid of it.
Yes, he did.
And he too high to Callaway. 3rd down and 9.
I think the hardest thing for a young quarterback, as Butch surveys his guy that's in there now, is in high school. You know, the last time that either one of these guys played was in high school. You have like 3.5 seconds, and you're the tallest guy, and you can see everything. To get that timing down in the next league, if you don't throw a lot, like if you don't go to Washington State or Texas A&M where you throw every play, it's tough to get that rhythm down.
4 wide receivers set here for Dormady in the gun.
Play, it's tough to get that rhythm down.
4 wide receivers set here for Dormady in the gun. Pocket stays for him down the middle. Almost picked off, though, by Chauncey Gardner. Josh Smith was the intended receiver, and it's 3 and out.
Yeah, first time it handled the rush inside. A stunt here by Florida. It's handled well. And then Josh Smith right in the slot is going to come and he cuts across. See how he gives away too much field, though? You've got to come cross sharply or the safeties can make the play. You've got to make that a 90-degree cut. If you fade into the middle of the field, it's really difficult to get that ball in there.
Daniel, the punt.
Uh-oh.
And that one's going to bounce out of bounds around the mid 44-yard line.
The great punting game just kind of went down a notch.
It did. He's still one of our scholar athletes.
That's right. You don't lose that.
No. Bounce around the mid 44-yard line.
The great punting game just kind of went down a notch.
It did.
In there.
Daniel, the punt.
Uh-oh.
And that one's going to bounce out of bounds around the mid 44-yard line.
The great punting game just kind of went down a notch.
It did. He's still one of our scholar athletes.
That's right. You don't lose that.
No. 11:57. Butch having a chat with his punter. Florida on offense in a minute.
Into miles. Arrive at the airport for your flight. Your missed flight.
See the bits. Mark Thompson right here. I got to say, he struggled against Michigan. He struggled in pass and Wednesday and Thursday, and he struggled on Saturday. That is a simple Mike blitz. You can miss them. You can not block them well, but you got to try to block them. That's just way too simple. That's blitz 101.
So Florida back on offense after the poor punt at the 44-yard line. So good starting field position.
Nothing extravagant about that blitz. It's going to be hard for Mark Thompson to get back on the field after that one in a blitz situation.
Franks, quick throw out, and a nice move by Tony. And Tony is still moving. Might have even gotten face masked at the end of the play, but he's got a first down for the Gators.
All right. When's the last time you've seen a Gator wide receiver take one of those throws like that? Kadarius Toney, number 17, just takes a hitch route. This is a 2-yard play. You're going to give him that, okay? Now, athlete versus athlete, and Mosley just goes.
Holy Mosley.
Holy Mosley is right. 12 men in the huddle. So Florida does it again. They get down inside the 20 before.
And they stub their toe again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, geez, they had all the momentum again, too. Come on, I teed it up for you, man.
I thought you didn't believe in momentum.
I did. That's as sarcastic as that's as sarcastic as I could be. All right.
For a guy that doesn't believe in momentum, he did lay a softball out there for me.
Where's Vern when you need him on a good story?
There's Frank's numbers here the first half.
Sideline warning. One Florida. Their first of the game.
Well, sideline warning, and Jim McElwain's pushing guys back, so I guess it's not him.
You know, we lived together for 3 days. Can't you tell when I'm being sarcastic?
I wish you could have made it home to Florida. That would have made it easier on me. We can get along 16 Saturdays together, but I don't know about this.
No, we were, wash the coffee cup out when I got yelled at about that. That was a little too much.
Kadarius Toney in the Wildcat. Got good gain on the play.
It was one of those, get them to our playmakers, right? I mean, that was the one thing that Jim McElwain said after the game is, why didn't we not get the ball to the guys that we recruited so hard? We spent all this money getting them. We might as well get them the ball.
All the money traveling to recruit them, you mean?
Yeah. Should I clarify this league? Have I changed?
That was Gary that said that.
Have I changed really at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I was hoping you would.
Yes.
Second down at 10. Franks, quick throw, got it complete. Going to be close to a first down.
Yep.
And that's the tight end, Morrell Stevens.
Well, get the ball. And here's the one thing I thought against remember, that position for Tennessee has been injured. You lose 2 linebackers, Smith and Kirkland. You must attack the inside of the defense. They've had trouble there replacing it. They made tackles against the wishbone, but can they cover the H-backs and the tight ends? Good call.
They're going to bring the chains from the far side, I think, to have a look at this one. If it's not a first down, it is very close.
I don't want to say anything, but I think Aaron Murray just got a text that he's taking my job next week if I say one more thing like that. He's got a big smile on his face.
That is a first down by the tip of the football.
Second half, the truck just said.
We talked about the devastation of Hurricane Irma, and it affected everybody. Here's Hurricane Irma, and it affected everybody. Here's my kitchen table with my partner for 2 days, 3 days almost.
Yep.
We even switched houses a couple times. We went to the one that had a generator so we could at least sit in the kitchen, and the odd couple. My kitchen table with my partner for for 2 days, 3 days almost.
Yep.
We even switched houses a couple times. We went to the one that had a generator so we could at least sit in the kitchen, and the Odd Couple music in the background is perfect.
Well, it was quite a journey. I headed for Jacksonville. I couldn't get to Fort Myers to my family, and I told Brad, here I come, buddy.
Yep.
And Nancy Nestler did such a great job of making me feel welcome, and my poor wife, Christy, had a household of 13, I think.
We salute them both.
Yes. As so many in this area have had to team up like that, right?
Yeah.
That's been the story,
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah, my Nancy, we salute them both.
Yes. As so many in this area have had to team up like that. Right?
Yeah.
That's been the story,
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah, my Nancy worked so hard she had to take off on vacation with her girlfriends to Myrtle Beach just to get over it.
The best story at my house is Christy had ordered extra batteries, and she had ordered prior to the storm, so she had a delivery the day of the storm, and she was so excited, and she opened it up. It was an order of my ties. I'm glad I wasn't there. That's all I'll say. She was not happy.
I believe
I'm glad I wasn't there. That's all I'll say. She was not happy.
I believe that. Franks rolling right into the pressure. Down he goes. And the guy that was injured early in the game, Taylor, doesn't look like he's hurt now.
And Taylor had the big play to win that Georgia Tech game. And that's the type of athlete he is, was who would be Derek Barnett? Who could come off the edge? And watch him flow off the edge right there. 1, 2, 3 players assigned to him that time, and barely got a chicken wing on him.
A loss of 15, and he had a career-high 12 tackles against Georgia Tech, including the game
winner. Yeah, and that's when you're Doug Nussmeier. He's up in the booth for this game. You throw your game plan up in the air. Like, I put 3 guys on that guy, and he gets a sack.
So now it's 3rd down and 23, just when they had things going their way. It started with a penalty, then the sack, and now the draw play. And Davis, we got a bunch of it back to the 24.
Good call, field goal call. You've got a young quarterback. You don't want him to make a mistake in this situation. Look at Doug Nussmeier. You want to get in position to put 3 points on the board. You make sure that you don't make a big mistake in this situation, long yardage.
That's going to give Eddie Peñedo the chance. He's 1 for 1 today from 27 earlier. At 21 field goals and 25 attempts a year ago. For Eddie, this one's going to be from 41 yards out. Kick on the way, and it's perfect. So tack 3 more on for the Gators. It's a struggle to get points, but they'll take him any way they can get him. 6-0 Florida.
In 10 feet, continue convincing yourself long-distance relationships can work out. Recalculating. In 300 miles, break up with the distance. Keep the relationship.
Look, just keep it steady, keep it steady.
Easy peasy.
Get it over that way. Over that way.
Oh, we're getting close to the tree.
Yeah. No, under. Watch out. Dude, watch out for my dog.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You get caught in my hair.
Get it out.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No. College mascots are confident, but when it comes to mortgages, they're less confident. Fortunately, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics.
Donnie, I brought you up here to talk to you about my underwear.
That makes sense.
The breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the Loom. They have tiny holes to allow airflow and keep you cool.
And tiny holes really make that big of a difference?
Thought you might ask me that, so I put a bunch of tiny holes in your parachute.
Huh. Air really does get through there. Thanks for such a contextual demonstration. But how do I...
Buy them online?
Yeah.
You just click here.
Easy.
Breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the Loom.
For a place, a people, an idea. Marines fight. For a place, a people. Decide to win at Marines.
Well, a little earlier we asked you the Aflac trivia question. And it was, who are the 4 people who have been elected to the College Football Hall of Fame as a player and a coach?
Details, accountability, and toughness, and Butch Jones just does not think they're executing any of that.
2nd and 5 here. Fakes it to Kelly, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to lose about a half yard. Nice job by Jawan Taylor.
Well, Florida has continued to rotate inside. They're going to play 6 different defensive tackles. The 2nd and 3rd string guys are going to get about 30 snaps total, 15 and 15. They want to make this where fresh starters are there at the end of the game. You can even see the secondary is being rotated by Randy Shannon, first-year defensive coordinator for Florida.
Haven't seen a pass thrown Ethan Wolf's way yet. 3rd down and 6. 1 3rd down conversion so far for the Volunteers.
Got man-to-man down here. That's your best player.
Throw complete in traffic. Nice throw and catch. Josh Palmer for the 1st down.
Well, I tell you, when Quentin Dormady has a chance to set that back foot, and he knows where it's going, watch him deliver this. That is a strike. Now, you're always going to go against that type of bunch look. You're going to have a crowd to throw in, and you have to throw a strike. You can't put it to the right or to the left of him because it will get knocked down. Got to put it right on the number, and he did.
At the 40-yard line, Ty Chandler now in the backfield for Tennessee. Give it to him for a 2-yard gain, almost 3. Kerry Clark on the... And they'll give it to him for a 2-yard gain, almost 3. Kerry Clark on the tackle as we're closing in on 6 minutes remaining in the half.
As C.C. Jefferson had a chance to make a tackle for a loss there. C.C. has got about the best feet that you'll find at a defensive end. In fact, he will even play in the short yardage and goal line tight end position.
Had a sack and a couple tackles for loss in that Michigan game. Second and 8. Dormady wanted to throw a screen and does. That's Chandler in some open space. 1st down, and a nice job putting his hand down, keeping his balance for about 4 more yards.
Boy, what a great series of calls here for new offensive coordinator Larry Scott, okay? First of all, he brought the quarterback out on 1st down, remember? He rolled him out and gave him a nice one. Then he gives him a screen pass. Still keeping the offense open, but managing his quarterback. There's Larry Scott. Came a year ago, and now he's in charge.
As the interim coach at Miami back in 2015. Kelly, wow, I don't know how he bounced off that tackle by Jawan Taylor, but he did and got extra yardage. Kelly plays bigger than he is, 5'9", 205, but he's pretty physical.
Yeah, and he keeps playing, too. I mean, he's one of those guys, I played with a guy like that in the NFL, Ernest Biner. In the first 3 quarters, he's a 4'7" guy and everybody looked faster. In the 4th quarter, he was a 4'7" guy that looked faster than everybody else.
Too bad he's known for one play, right?
Well, not to me, he's not.
Yeah, I know, that's good. They fake it to Kelly.
4th throw.
That might have been a lateral, actually.
Yep, 4th throw.
Brandon Johnson did make the catch, but C.J. Henderson was right there to stop him. But C.J. Henderson was right there to stop him. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Have to get to the 33. Receivers switch sides here. Dormady looking to the sideline. They look a little confused right now.
They do. Josh Smith in the game either. They're kind of go-to possession receiver.
Big third down for the Bucs.
And no Josh Smith in the game either. They're kind of go-to possession receiver.
Big third down for the Volunteers. Nobody going to set Fulmer in motion. In trouble. Got away from one. Threw as he was going down. Incomplete. Flags down.
Well, Jabari Saninga, that time, number 92, came around from the front side. And Normandy really had to do it. Was he offsides? That's the question. Oh, he's right here. I'm sorry, right there, defensive end.
92.
Yeah, he's lined up offsides.
Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Still third down, but only a yard to go now. Less than a yard, probably.
See, he was what? His hand was it, and it made no difference. Lack of discipline again by this Florida football team. Self-inflicted on offense, and that one, it wouldn't have made any difference if he lines up 6 inches farther back.
And now it looks more like John Kelly than it does a pass play. Third down on the length of the football.
The last time the quarterback sneaked it from this time shotgun. Interesting.
They hand it to him. It's going to be deep in the backfield. They pitch it to him instead. Oh, wow, did he fight, though. Reese was the first guy there. He got help from his friends, O'Shawn Joseph and company, but I think he got it.
It's really close. We'll see how accurate the yellow line is. They called it a first down. You're right, Brett. I'll tell you, kind of an interesting call,
yeah.
It seemed to me. Close enough last time that they ran a quarterback sneak and made it. This time they go pitch out of shotgun.
Empty backfield here. Doherty throws open space intended for Josh Smith, I guess. Ethan Wolf was in the vicinity.
Well, it was a little bit of a different trick play. Drew Richmond, number 51, lined up as a wide receiver. He was not eligible because he was being covered right there. It was a trick play, did not work. See, he waves. It reminded me of the old Alabama play that Lane Kiffin called to win a game. Kind of a gimmick play that did not gimmick out, did it?
Nope. Second and 10 at the 33. Dormady pumps once. Now he's going to throw that way on the sideline. And that 50-50 ball goes Florida's way. Marco Wilson, the freshman, nice job defensively.
Ball to the outside, Marco Wilson. Tell you what, they look just like the guys that left, don't they? Those two young corners.
It's like Tyree Cleveland was saying in practice. Everybody said, this Marco Wilson, even though he's a freshman, he is pretty good, isn't he? He goes, hey, he's Quincy's brother. Why wouldn't he be?
Exactly. Got the same mannerisms in practice, too. When he knocks one down, he comes it up and waves it off.
Third and 10.
Don't think they need to blitz, and they don't.
And that one batted at the line of scrimmage and then almost intercepted. I think Luke Ingram maybe got a hand on it. 6'5", 263-pounder got a mitten away.
Well, one of the great things about being a defensive coordinator for Florida is your front four rush is so strong that you don't really need to blitz much. Could have maybe had a little bit of a hold in the secondary, but when you get a tip ball, you're not going to get it.
Aaron Medley will try a field goal of 51 yards. His career long is 47. No, I beg your pardon. It's Samaglia. Maybe he's their long-range ace. I guess so.
Good call.
51-yarder. So Tennessee finally on the board. It took them to nearly the 3-minute mark of the second quarter, but they do get 3 out of it. Samaglia says, got it. 6-3, Gators.
In 2 miles, arrive at the airport for your flight. Your missed flight. Recalculating. In 15 feet, realize the destination isn't what matters.
Will you be ready when the moment turns romantic? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary...
what matters.
Will you be ready when the moment turns romantic? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary symptoms. Will you be ready when the moment turns romantic? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary symptoms of BPH. Tell your doctor about your medicines and ask if the heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have a sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis. No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
State Farm knows it's more than a truck, so why not give it the protection it deserves?
Harmony is a little bit behind in his drop back passes, so they have to throw something a little bit different.
This is a guy they can't afford to lose either. Brandon Powell is the Gator that's down. We'll check on him when we come back.
In 10 feet. Continue convincing yourself long-distance relationships in 10 feet. Continue convincing yourself long-distance relationships can work out. Recalculating. In 300 miles, break up with the distance. Keep the relationship.
Donnie, I brought you up here to talk to you about my underwear.
That makes sense.
The breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the Loom. They have tiny holes to allow airflow and keep you cool.
And tiny holes really make that big of a difference?
Thought you might ask me that, so I put a bunch of tiny holes in your parachute.
Huh, air really does get through there. Thanks for such a contextual demonstration. But how do I...
Buy them online?
Yeah.
You just click here.
Easy. Breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the Loom.
For a place, a people, an idea. Marines fight to win. See all the battles Marines fight to win at Marines.com.
Thanks. You got 2 minutes to go in the half, and Tennessee gets the ball to start the second half. How much leeway do you give your quarterback in this situation? Hard to move the ball in this league if you don't take some chances throwing the ball in the middle of the field.
They're going to try to take a chance here. If he gets rid of it, it's going to be a screen pass to Thompson. And Thompson ran into traffic at the 21-yard line, brought down by Nigel Warrior.
Yeah, also read really well there by Colton Jumper. Colton Jumper had his first sack of his career early. I think he's right here, hidden by the goalpost. reads the screen right away, gets outside of it, and gets just enough to turn it back in. And he doesn't get all of it, but he cleans it up for everybody else.
He had 18 tackles in that opener against Georgia Tech. I realize that the Yellow Jackets ran about 96 plays or whatever it was, but he was in on a lot of those stops.
Tennessee with a couple timeouts, and I'm sure, Butch, if he stops him here, we're going to get one very quickly.
They're down at 6 for Florida.
There's the blitz again.
Franks over the middle, stopping on a dime and turning it into change is Tony again. That's his second big play.
Well, this time, when you blitz and you don't get there, then the athletes on the other team have a chance to do something. There's Tony right there. Watch it. Thompson's in the game this time. He's got to make a blitz pickup, and he does. And Felipe Franks does just enough of moving in the pocket. He bought himself. He felt it. He shuffled over and made the play.
And there's a good defensive play on the corner by Emmanuel Mosley. Pass intended for Tony. Don't forget, coming up, Adam and Rick and BJ with a Geico halftime report. They'll have scores and highlights of games earlier, including the upset in Lincoln. And apparently Texas A&M came from behind, and I don't know if that game's over or not, but they were in trouble too. 1:06 remaining.
Well, again, how much do you trust your quarterback? Because dinking and dunking and screening, it's tough to move it against these SEC defenses.
Brandon Powell's back out there, Gary, in the slot. On the left side, the throw is to the left to Tyree Cleveland. Got it to the 35. Might have given him a little more with forward progress out near the 37, I guess.
Good job by Emmanuel Mosley that time. You give him the 4 or 5 yard catch, and then you wrap up. Remember before early, got beat pretty badly by, in that game, but this time he wrapped up.
They're apparently going to be comfortable with the 6-3 lead. They're not exactly hurrying things up here. We're under 40 seconds. Third down and 3. Franks, now he's going to go deep. Overshot everybody, intended for Josh Hammond. Rashawn Golden was in coverage back there.
Yeah, you're right. Comfortable they were. They didn't even use a timeout on their second down play. They threw a deep ball and figured if something bad happens, it's going to happen way down the other end of the field.
So they're going to have to kick. Johnny Townsend will come out. Marquez Callaway is going to be the deep man. If he can make a clean
Only
catch.
Only 10 men on the field. Here comes number 11.
If Callaway can make a clean catch, he's the kind of guy that can turn a punt return into a touchdown in a hurry. And they're just going to get everybody out of the way because it goes out of bounds. Both punters have had a couple that they'd like to have back. 26-yard line with 23 seconds remaining. Coming up tonight, CBS Sports Network, a couple of Pac-12 teams face tough road tests. Oregon looks to keep Wyoming and their star quarterback Josh Allen in check, followed by number 19 Stanford taking on undefeated San Diego State. Already have an upset to their credit. Only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Carter and Aaron and Jenny will have Oregon and Wyoming, and Ben Holden, Jay Feely, Josh Riffin with Stanford and San Diego State. 2 good games tonight. We'll be watching when we're done. 23 seconds left for Doherty, and I would think that Tennessee's not going to get too creative here in 25 seconds, 23 seconds. We'll see.
What kind of draw do they run? Oh, that kind.
That one right there. Kelly. Well, he broke out the backside. Kelly into the secondary of Florida, all the way down to the 38-yard line, and now that changes things with 13 seconds remaining.
Clock will stop on a first down, but with only 14 seconds to go, or 13 seconds to go, they're going to take a timeout. And right now, Butch Jones is saying, ugh, why didn't I burn one before?
Second charge timeout of the half, Tennessee.
Chauncey Gardner is down for Florida. He was part of that group that was chasing Kelly, that went on a 37-yard romp there.
That's just so John Kelly right there. Gets hit, keeps his legs going, and continues to run and make big plays.
Will you be ready when the moment turns romantic? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary symptoms of BPH. Tell your doctor about your medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as this may cause an take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have a sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis. More than 4 hours. If you have a sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis.
Donnie, I brought you up here to talk to you about my underwear.
That makes sense.
The breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the Loom. If tiny holes to allow airflow and keep you cool.
And tiny holes really make that big of a difference?
Thought you might ask me that, so I put a bunch of tiny holes in your parachute.
Huh. Air really does get through there. Thanks for such a contextual demonstration. But how do I...
Buy them online?
Yeah.
You just click here.
Easy. Breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the...
Yeah. You just click here.
Easy. Breathable boxer briefs from Fruit of the...